You doing a watch party? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Kansas City's Global Community Radio Station. You are tuned in to Purpose, Passion, and Power with Jessica Lynn. I am so excited to have these powerhouse bosses at the PPP table, at the Purpose, Passion, and Power table. I'm so excited. Listen, we are on the first and third Sunday of the month. This happens to be the third Sunday of the Love Month, of Black History Month, of Make It Happen Month. Just whatever it is you need to do, let's make it happen. I am so excited. Yes, I am. Listen, you are in for a treat today. I told you all on my Facebook post that you did not want to miss this. You are going to be inspired, uplifted, so much more. We have two powerhouses at the table that are doing great things in the community. Miss Andrea Carnes, who is the owner of Micah's Boutique in Summit Fair. We also have Miss Janice Butler, who is the founder and president, author, speaker, motivator, inspiration of women of character. And she has a phenomenal story of overcoming abuse as well as cancer. And so we're so excited. Speaking of cancer, let's talk a little bit about the Love Bags for Cancer. For those of you that don't know, I am the founder and president of Giving Hope and Help also, which is a nonprofit organization. And we have an arm of outreach called the Love Bags for Cancer. And I launched that initiative of the nonprofit in honor and inspired by my late niece. However, she was with us when we launched Love Bags for Cancer 6 years ago. Just amazing. She was always in the hospital when she had cancer on holidays, and I wanted to do something special for her. And so I came up with Love Bags for Cancer. And she was with us when we did our first hospital, where she was released the day before Valentine's to deliver the bags to her fellow cancer patients, and actually had to go back into the same unit the next day after we made the deliveries. But we keep her memory alive. We lost her in October of 2016. And so we keep her memory and legacy alive by honoring cancer patients, inspiring them to continue to fight. Her saying was, go fight, win. And so I say, go fight, win. And we were blessed, so blessed, just 2 days ago on Valentine's Day. And actually on Thursday, the day before, we were at the VA. We do Valentine's for veterans. And then on Friday, Valentine's Day, we do the Love Bags for Cancer at the Research and at North Kansas City. And Janice is actually a World Changer volunteer. And so it just all pulled together. And I could go on and on about my experience, but I just want to hear a little bit about what happened for you. Yes. Mhm. Mhm. Mm. Mhm. 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 Yeah. Mhm. Yes, one of the volunteers, this was Janice's first time, and there was another volunteer, it was her first time, and I heard her talking to herself when we left a patient's room. And I just looked at her. I didn't I didn't want to let her know that I could hear her talking to herself because I wanted her to keep talking so I could hear what she's saying. And she kept repeating, I'll never be the same. I'll never be the same. I'll never be the same. And I just went over to her and gently touched her, and she just looked at me, and her eyes were filled with tears. And it's because oftentimes we look at what we're going through, Andrea, and we don't realize that people are fighting for their lives. And we're worried about what we're going to wear and who talked about me. Who cares about any of that?
Right.
You know? And so we had visited a patient, the first patient we visited. And she was on the news, so we can't say her name, but yeah. Mm-hmm. Cute as a button.
Oh my God. But she was so excited because she got good news that day as well.
Mm-hmm.
She was cancer free.
Yes.
And so it was
Awesome.
Yes. Right before we came in.
Wow.
Just got the report.
Yes.
Yes.
It was so moving.
And to be able to know that I know her
Mhm.
and that, like I said, being my first time, that to see my first patient
Yeah.
and know the first patient,
Amazing.
it was amazing.
And your embrace
Absolutely.
was just so moving.
Yes.
It was so moving, and the prayer and that you prayed was moving, and it was just on my heart to sing "Victory Is Mine."
Yes.
And oh my
And she
gosh,
sang
did she
with us.
love that?
Yes.
Because victory is ours, regardless of what we're going through. And so I just thank you for being a part.
Thank you.
I thank you for experiencing that. I tell certain people that this is something you have to experience. So you have to experience this. And Janice told me, I'm just going to have to take off work if it's on a weekday period.
Yes.
Don't even, just cut the stress.
It's absolutely.
Yeah, just cut the stress and take off and do whatever you have to do. But it is such a blessing. And a portion of our proceeds goes to the American Cancer Society. We'll be doing this again for Mother's Day. In honor of Mother's Day. So May 9th, we will be back into the cancer units. Yes. I see Miss Andrea writing it down.
Yes, I am.
You're going to be in with us.
Absolutely. I think that is awesome. I had no idea that you service veterans because, you know, I'm a veteran.
Yes.
So I was
yes.
just like blown away after seeing you on television. I
Yes,
thought, oh,
yes. This was our 5th year at the Veterans.
that's beautiful.
And
it's absolutely beautiful.
The veterans experience was amazing.
I can
So
only
that's
imagine.
what you have to experience.
Yes.
It was just amazing to have grown men literally get up from their treatment table and hug us. And
Wow.
not just no little hug. I mean real hugs.
Right.
And
heartfelt.
this year was the first year I had 3 men do that.
Wow.
It was amazing.
Wow.
It was just amazing. I mean, and the tears, and I think none of them had received. One of them said he had received a Valentine when he was in like grade school, but the rest of them said they'd never received a Valentine. You know, they were always the ones that were given the Valentines,
Wow.
so they had never received. And then one of the patients we visited, was just so amazing. You've been married 47 years, and just fighting, a veteran. All of them have been on tours in Vietnam. And we just wanted to honor and bless them for fighting for our country, and now they're fighting for their lives, you know. And I had one man say that, I know it was God. He says, I know it was God that got me through Vietnam, and I know it's God that's getting me through cancer. And I just thought, wow, just amazing.
Yeah.
One of the physicians pulled us and stopped us in the hallway and thanked us so much for uplifting his patients. It was just touching. It was just touching. And so, listen, if you want to be a part of the Love Bags for Cancer, please do. Please check us out at givinghopeandhelp.org. And so we'll wrap that up. But that's the big thing that has happened for this month of love.
Yeah.
Just amazing. Just amazing, amazing, amazing. And it's also Black History Month.
Yes. Yes.
And Miss Andrea is wrapped in this beautiful, she's wrapped in this beautiful
From Nigeria.
garb,
Yeah. Nigeria.
straight out of Nigeria.
Absolutely.
Straight out, authentic.
Authentic. We are so excited about being able to have that connection
Yes.
with our folks in Nigeria.
Yes,
So,
yes.
it just was a fluke how we, myself and this young lady, she has a boutique. She has a boutique in Nigeria, and so her brother is a doctor here, and so one of my friends, she's a doctor, and so we just made the connection, and they are now in the stores, and they are absolutely Fabulous. I mean, the fabrics, the bling, the everything
Because
about it.
I'm liking what you have on.
Yes.
Really, really, really good.
And they're one of a kind pieces. And
Yes.
so, as I was doing the Facebook Live earlier today, I was telling folks, don't worry about the size.
Mhm.
She left enough inseam, which, if those who don't understand inseam, there's enough let out that you can actually, we can make it your size. We can create the size. So it's just wonderful. I'm
It's
excited.
amazing.
It's
And
just
your
that
lipstick
connection.
is the perfect color. You already
Yes.
had that lipstick?
Well, yeah, we just talked about that.
Oh my goodness.
I
I,
know,
want them to hear about
I
it.
was surprised that my lipstick was the same color. Because, you know,
Beautiful.
I'm really a red person. But I was like, oh, let's try this.
Oh, it's
beautiful.
gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yes.
Perfect
Thank you.
match.
Thank
Pieces of the
you.
puzzle.
Thank you.
And so your connection with Nigeria,
Yes.
you now have a whole line.
Well, from her, yes.
Mhm.
And so this has kind of got me more interested in doing more business
Mhm.
with those who are in Africa.
Wow.
So I'm excited about it. So yeah, we have our whole line. We have about 100 pieces, hats
Amazing.
and scarves and just a number of things. So I'm excited. It's
Amazing.
exciting.
Amazing.
So,
I love it. Hats
yes.
and scarves and everything. So Micah's is located. Tell us where you
Okay,
are.
so I am Andrea Carnes. I'm located in Lee Summit, Missouri, in Summit Fair, Missouri, Summit Fair Shopping Center. And I have been there 9 years, and prior to that, I was at Crown Center for 12 and a half years. So it's been a long journey in the retail world, you know, the ups and the downs. So I am there, and we're there 7 days a week. We're right across from Macy's and kind of down from JCPenney's.
Well, I just love what you do. In August, I had the opportunity to model at your
Yes, you did.
and I think Janice just
Yes, in
recently
October.
in October.
She was
so
slaying. They both were. They were slaying.
and I
their
didn't even think about
outfits.
that when I thought you guys were guests. That literally just hit me right now. I promise it did.
Yeah.
That both of you and I were a part of your fashion show. So tell us a little bit about your fashion shows, and are they every quarter or?
Okay, so we now have fashion shows twice a year.
Okay.
I try to do one in the spring and run in the fall for sure. Sometimes we end up having a holiday show. And so our fashion shows are really fundraising events because I always say I can have a sale and everybody will come, but I want to have a sale and really enlighten, empower, and move people to do something. And so that's why I invited you, and that's why I invited Janice, and I wanted it to be a part of our fashion show experience, is to give knowledge and also give money and help, and that's what we do. That's my commitment, is
I
to make
love
sure that we empower those in our community with the things they may not know. And there's a lot of things I did not know. Lots of things I did not know.
Awesome.
So
So when she has her fashion shows, she gives a portion of the proceeds to the nonprofit,
right.
and so that was so phenomenal.
Right, we did. We asked them to bring money because we can pray, but money pays bills.
Come on.
Yes.
We said
We can-
ministry costs,
Yes,
doesn't it?
yes,
Yes,
my
it does.
God.
And
And-
so that's a good word right there. Talk to us about ministry costing, okay? Because it's not free to
No,
do what
no.
you do.
Right.
And then for you to give back to the community. So we need people to come to the store and purchase things so you can give more to the nonprofits.
We want it to be like a system that is cycled around. Like it's like do you remember Lion King? That's my favorite. And it's the circle of life. Okay, so I want it's kind of like I want what I do to impact others, and what you do impact others, and that we all are doing
Yes.
the same thing. We're all pouring into the kingdom of God.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it.
That's
That's it.
good. That is so good.
That we connect, which is why I'm excited about Nigeria, because I'm like, okay,
Oh.
now we're connecting some more. We're connecting out.
Internationally.
And you
Yes.
already
Yes.
are doing
She's-
things
yeah.
internationally. So we're going to
Right.
connect again. So we're going to circle
Absolutely.
around. So it's sort of an ecosystem of just keep things going around and
Yes.
around,
Yes.
and that others can benefit.
Just amazing.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
what I'm doing.
amazing.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's my
And
mission.
I
you're
love
doing
it.
girl.
You're
That's what
doing it.
that's
You're
what my
doing it.
mission
And
is.
and I'm not even going to say that I'm being biased, but I love the clothes there. I have a few pieces myself.
Yes, sweetheart.
And
Thank
it's
you.
the truth. And you can go there and get some great garbs, outfits, very cute, one of a kind type things. I love it because she has things for hips,
Yes.
hippie women. And
We
thank
got
you.
Curvaceous women.
Curvaceous
Come on, we
women.
curvaceous.
And so, yes, I don't have to worry about. I know that I will go in and find something to fit my body shape.
Absolutely.
And so, whether you're straight, wide, triangle, she's got all of the shapes
Right.
covered: pear shape, square, whatever it is. We are all beautiful in different shapes and sizes, and she goes from size 4 to 24.
Yes, and we want the fashion to empower the women.
Mhm,
You know,
mhm.
I say now the ladies that work for me, they are fashion transformation specialists.
I
We
love
transform you through our fashion.
Mhm.
So the more unique, the more different, the more special you
Yeah.
feel.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
we are remodeling our store, and we actually are creating a kind of like an oasis for women to come, and they don't have to always shop and buy. They just, you know, I've got all sorts of beverages, grapes,
Mhm. I
wines.
love it.
We have it, so that way you can feel good when you leave. It's you know,
Mhm.
we set
Relax.
we set the atmosphere in the morning. I set the atmosphere in the morning. So
love
we want that to continue every day. So
Yes.
that's our mission. That's our goal.
I love it. I love
And
it.
I just have
Thank
to
you.
add
Please do.
to her, she is not gonna toot her own horn, but she is the most amazing seamstress.
Mm.
Seamstress. So if you have something and find something in the store, or even if you have your own idea, look, I'm doing her plug. If you have your
Thank you,
own
Janice.
idea, bring it to her because she will make it happen.
I
oh
love
my
it.
God,
I love it. And
she
now
did a
is the
friend of
time.
mine's
She did?
wedding dress.
Mhm.
The bomb.
Thank
It's
you.
on display in the store.
I saw
Yeah,
it.
it is. We
Beautiful.
have several.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we get
And so
more.
now's the time to toot your horn. Tell us about you. Tell us about Andrea. Talk to us. We want to know because we want the community and our listeners to know, to empower them to go to your store. You know, they have
Um,
many choices. Why should they come to Micah's?
Well, I mean, I think as I was saying, I think our mission is to empower the women, no matter what body shape or size you are, because in the world today, I mean, there are so many people that are shaming other people. You know, if you have a baby and you're not coming out wearing a swimming suit the next day,
I know.
you get you get kind of talked about. So we don't want Micah's to be. First of all, Micah's means who is like God. I named it that on purpose. That's what Micah's mean. And so we say Micah's unlimited because we have unlimited resources. God is unlimited, you know.
love it.
So we want the women to come to our store, not just for the uniqueness, but you know, we want to enlift you, empower you. The women that work for me, they're wonderful women. They're godly women.
Beautiful.
And so when you step into the door, it should be a place of like, I made it.
Serenity and peace.
Yes, yes. So we're remodeling the store. We're adding like carpet in the dressing rooms.
I love
We're going to
it.
have refreshments on request, and we're putting affirmations throughout the store,
I love it.
all around the store. So they would come.
My
to
size is the right size. Make sure you have that one.
You are.
I like that.
I do like that. My size is the right size.
Yes,
That's
yes,
right.
yes, yes.
So that's
You
what
can
we're
put
doing.
my quote on there. You can put, you
okay.
can put JM if you
I'm
want.
gonna
No,
put that.
you don't
Miss
have
Jessica.
to. You don't have to. I'm just kidding.
But we
Yeah.
are doing that so the women can feel good about what they wear. Because you know, when you look good, typically you feel good. And we know it's an inside. This is an inside job, but the outside should kind of be the look. Should reflect the inside.
Sure.
So
sure.
that's our mission. That's my goal, and I'm just going to continue on. And then, and of course, with you ladies, with the non-for-profits, we want to definitely pay it forward to both of your organizations.
Absolutely.
I'm committed to that.
We love it. And
Yes.
so if you are in the area, last month, that was just last month in January, I had a couple of girlfriends and we were at a restaurant near Micah's and I texted her and I said, "Are you in the store?" She said she's there and I said, "We're on our way." I brought a couple of girlfriends. Bring a couple of girlfriends, but we had a good time.
We was acting so fun. Funny,
I
silly.
mean,
we was having a good time.
we just had a good time, went live, and all of us got something to go live and to show.
We had a little fashion show.
Had a little fashion show,
A mini-
private
a
private
mini
fashion show. And so it was just fun. So grab your girlfriends and take a field trip or a road trip or wherever you are,
Right.
a fun trip to Micah's, and everybody gets something, even if it's some earrings or a scarf or, you know, a skirt or whatever it may be. Just go by Micah's and grab you something and have a little fun. And make sure that you go live in the store.
Yes.
Tell
Absolutely.
your friends about it. Tell them Jessica sent you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because again, we want to circle that back around. To the
Yes,
community.
Jessica and Janice. And
Yes.
Janice's daughter works there. She's a
Yes.
manager there. So
Yes.
this is just totally full
Yes.
circle
I
here
know, right?
today. And didn't
Amazing.
even think about all of this,
Yep.
but this is just amazing. And she wears the fashions and looks so cute in everything that she wears.
She's doing such a good job.
She
too.
is.
She's doing a good
She's
job.
afraid at first, but she's like coming out of her shell. But that's what the clothes are doing.
Yeah.
That's what the motivation. That's what your leadership is doing for
Confidence.
her as well. Yes, helping to build
Yeah.
her confidence and just she's got a good mentor.
I love it.
Well, thank you.
I love it.
Thank
I
you,
do
thank
want to
you.
put a plug in for fashion shows. I know that you will do fashion shows. Talk to
Yes.
us about that.
Okay, so we do. You mean
Like
fashion
at
shows?
women's events,
Oh,
like
yeah.
women's
Okay.
conferences and things like
So
that.
yes,
Mhm.
we do fashion shows. Some of the local, whether whether you're churches, we do
Mhm.
fashion shows there or events. You just need to call me up and let
Mhm.
me know what you're doing and how
Mhm.
many people you expect and what you're thinking. And even if you need a little help as far as organizing, I can give you some insight to
Mhm.
try to pull it together. But yeah, I do fashion shows, and usually I have maybe for the year I'll have like 10 or 15 fashion shows I'll do.
And
For-
how can
for-
they reach you?
They can reach me at 816-679-8433, and that's at the store, and we're there every day. Actually, our doors are open 7 days a week, and we open up at 10 o'clock, except for Sundays we open at 12. But you can leave a message and just let me know what we can do to help, because we are trying to do our best in helping the community. I mean, I could, like I said, I can sell clothes without having to, without
You can do that in your sleep.
without
Yeah.
without going out and about, but
Mhm.
I want to be out there with the
Community
people.
touching
Yeah.
and feeling the people.
Well, and that's what we're losing with all this automation. I
Mhm,
mean, I
mhm.
have some automation that we use in the store, but I really want to call you. I know we don't try to bother you because Taki is like, oh, I got to call. But we want to make sure that
But I think people will appreciate that now.
True.
Because so many people are text and email.
Yeah.
And if you get a voice, it's just like, whoa, they're doing that. They're keeping some nostalgic and some chivalry alive. I love it.
Right. And so that's part of ours, of touching our customers 5 different times
Mhm.
through different mediums.
Do different mediums.
Yeah, so that's part of it, and I think it's a lost art. Like you
Mhm,
said,
mhm.
they are shocked when we call and say thank you for shopping at Micah's. Is there, and we're doing that now. You know, is there anything that we can help you with? Is there anything that you that we should do better? We put a survey out there because I want to know what our customers think about me, and it's anonymous, so y'all can say what you want to say. We haven't had any bad ones.
That's
But
good.
I just want to make sure that we are staying in tune to what they are wanting from me, and then not just meet their need, but exceed it. So they're giving me like a little roadmap to follow. Like, okay, Andrea, we want shoes. Well, now we have shoes.
Yes.
Andrea, we need some shapewear. I'm like, okay, so that's going to be like a March thing. We're going to bring shapewear there. We're just trying to meet the need.
March is Women's Month. I will be there to get that
Some
in honor
shapewear.
of Women's Month. Yes, thank you.
Awesome. So
Yes.
yes, ma'am. So that's what our store is doing. That's what I'm doing. And so we're
Awesome.
just
And
gonna-
speaking of technology, I do want to let them know that they can follow you on Facebook,
Instagram,
Instagram, and it's
Pinterest.
Micah's, which is MICAH.
just like in the Bible.
MICAHS.
Yes.
Micah's.
Micah's on Facebook. Micah's Boutique. I think Instagram is Micah's as well. Micah's Instagram, Twitter. We have all of it.
So Micah's
we do-
MICAHS.
yes.
MICAHS. Follow. She does a beautiful job of modeling the clothes herself
I try.
and
I'm
putting
trying.
herself.
Now
on.
you know you can come back anytime and take a couple of pictures for me.
I would
now.
I would be happy to do that. But the
Yes.
only thing is, I know I will leave with everything I try on. Okay.
I promise I'll stop you. I'll stop you. I'm like, no, we only have one.
We only have
Save it for
one.
next time.
So yes, I would love to come back and do that. Let's make that happen. But yes, follow Micah's on social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Andrea Carnes is her name. She is the owner. She's doing phenomenal work in the
Thank
business
you.
and entrepreneurial industry, as well as pouring out and inspiring other women. She has gone global now with her attire from Nigeria. So make sure you stop by Summit Fair in Lee Summit, which is 910 Northwest Blue Parkway.
You are good.
I have a
Yes,
photographic
ma'am.
memory for numbers,
Yeah, you
not for words,
do.
but for numbers. Okay.
That is good.
So that's 910 Northwest
Blue Parkway.
Blue Parkway, and so I'm just honored to be here, and so yeah.
Thank you.
I do want to talk a little bit about what made you get started, because you've been doing this for 22 years.
That is correct.
So this show is Purpose, Passion, and Power.
Okay.
You're at the PPP table.
Yes.
So we're going to talk a little bit about purpose and what led you to know that your purpose was in the clothing industry.
I would have to say my mom probably instilled that in me because
Wow.
she is a master tailor.
Oh, wow.
and
So it's inherited. It's in the
Mhm.
DNA.
Yes, it is. But
Okay.
I didn't sew. I didn't want to sew though. I have to tell you that I resisted that for years, and I only had like home ec. Like most of us went to home ec, but my education in sewing came at home.
Gotcha.
because she was making me help her. She's like,
Gotcha.
do this, cut this, go with me. We were going to different clients, customers, to their homes. I'd sit there, I'd try to put a button on. So I learned the sewing piece of it. What made me start a store, I think, because I saw there was a gap, a hole. I had a clothing store that was for children first, and
I
it was on the
remember.
plaza.
Mhm.
It was a boys' store because guess what? I have 4 sons. And so I found it really challenging to find boys' clothing. So I decided, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. And with being in the arena with clothing anyway, my mother having some clothing, making clothing, it seemed like the right choice. Because initially I thought I was going to be a doctor. I was going to school. I was thinking I was going to be, no. I just kind of eased back over into what felt comfortable and what felt right to me. And so that's kind of how it started with the boys' store on the plaza. And then from that, I went to Crown Center, was there 12.5 years, and went from Crown Center as a children's clothing store. And then we opened a women and men's clothing store, which was called Micah's. The kids' store was called Kids Place. And then, of course, 2008 happened, and that's when the economy went down. And I mean, we had to quickly consolidate. So we put everything in one store. We ended up moving to Lee Summit, and we've been there for 9 years. And it's just a women's clothing store. We had to get rid of or the men. Although I have many men, especially the pastor men, trying to talk about, honey, can you get a brother a shirt and tie set? I'm
I
like,
love it.
no, sir, no. We're not getting back in that area. But that is what drew me there. But when I first started, I felt like my store needed to be like the Underground Railroad. Okay, go with me, okay? I felt like saints of God are going to, or they're going to become a time where we're not going to have the Bible. We're going to have to know the word. We're going to have to know where to go because that's not going to be easily accessed for us. So Micah's, which means who is like God, is going to be a pit stop.
I
So
love
you
it.
can go there. That's why the atmosphere in our store has to be set because you don't know who you're going to receive. The Bible says the harvest is ripe, the laborers are few. My harvest is my store.
I love
So
it.
and I'm a laborer there. So I receive people as they are, and we really pray in the morning. We really try to set the atmosphere so that way we are ready for whomever walks through that door. So it was like to me, it was an underground. It's like I was the Harriet Tubman, and this was going to be a spot because if you had to pray in secret, if you had to cry out to God, Micah's was where you're going to be able to do that at.
I love it.
That's
I
really
love it.
that was the beginning, and so
So let me ask you this question. So it sounds like for me, from what you said, that your purpose and your passion really started from a problem that you found a way to solve
yes,
with your kids. And I think that is so key that, when people are looking for their purpose and their passion, it's like ask the question, so what can I solve? How
What am
can
I
help?
passionate about
What,
solving?
Right.
how can
What-
I help?
yeah.
right.
Like
How
you
can I
said,
help?
you figured out a way to do something for your boys. You had 4 boys.
Right.
And even now, the purpose and passion is still going because you want to be that place that people can go and find or get what they need.
Solid, right. That it's a peaceful place. It's a place of refuge. It's a place that you can come and with your girlfriends grab some, grab a drink, sit down. We have these chairs.
Unwind.
My girls call them, the ladies that come in, they said, these chairs are the black hole. I can't get up out of this chair. and just be yourself and not feel judged. Just feel free there, which is
love
why the atmosphere has to be set, which is why the affirmations are going up, which is why I call it a place that you can come and just,
Relax and enjoy.
feel the freedom,
I love it.
feel relaxed, feel no shame about body size, body shape, anything.
I love
So
it.
it sort of kind of morphed into something else when I saw there was a problem for my children. And then when I opened the store, then I saw the bigger picture.
Yeah.
I started asking the more empowered questions. So what am I really here to do?
What are you really here to do?
What am I really here to do?
What obstacles did you have to overcome with your locations? Now, you started at the Plaza, then you went to Crown Center, and this was quite some time ago, and this was not a time, and even now, there's not a lot of African American business owners at these locations. And so, even at Summit Fair, am I correct in saying you're the only African American owned business in Summit Fair?
Yes, ma'am.
I believe
the first one at Crown Center.
yes.
And that was rough
Mm-hmm.
because I came with a partner.
Mm-hmm.
And so we partnered up. and I ran the store, but she signed the lease.
Mhm.
So when it came time, when she decided that she wanted to totally give me the store, then there was a real problem for them letting me have the store.
And
You know.
and do you think it was because you're African American?
I think in part that was because they really didn't feel like they did not know that I was running the store entirely. All they knew was that she had signed the lease, and the numbers are coming in and everything looked okay. So I think part of that was the reason. I think my challenge came more so with the customers coming into the store. So I couldn't really tell anybody that I was owner, because when I did, I saw a shift,
A shift.
a change, an attitude. So I stopped. I mean, I even got calls. I got calls, people calling me, saying the so and so. I said, "Excuse me, who are you calling for?" I mean, it was that blatant in my face, the disrespect, and yes, there was prejudice for sure. My children's store was an upscale, so my customer base was more travelers and a lot of people that didn't look like me that would come through the store. So I thought it would be best just to keep quiet and just continue. But now I'm not like that anymore. I mean, I really I'm not like that. I know when we moved out to Lee Summit, that was one of the suggestions. Oh, you need to put a young white girl in the store, and I'm like, I tried that. No, I'm good. We're good, because they're gonna either shop here or they don't shop here.
And I think it's time. It's time for us to stop all of that. And the only way we can stop it is by being who we are. And so thank you for sharing your journey with that and saying, no, I'm not going to do that in Lee Summit. I'm going to stand, and you've been there for 9 years.
I've been there for 9 years.
And I can say hats off to you.
Expanding.
Hats off. Outstanding. And so here is what I'm saying. I knew where you were going to go, and I hadn't heard the whole story of that. But I knew where you were going to go because you're still there. And basically where you're going is you have to stand. Period, point blank. You may have to go through the storm, but you have to stand. And that is a Harriet Tubman story. You stood through all of that, and I know it wasn't easy, especially at the Plaza and Crown Center. But you made it.
We're still making it.
You're still making it. You're still making it daily. And so we want to support you. The community should support Micah's, and I'm a cheerleader, and I will be continuing to cheer it on, and we need to do that.
Well,
We just need to do that. And you're just an awesome trailblazer.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
Thank you.
absolutely.
Thank you.
An entrepreneurial trailblazer. Women's Month is coming up, but Women's Month is every day. Black History is every day.
Yeah, I say
This is Black History right here. She's the only African American
Yes.
store owner in Summit Fair. I don't know how many stores are in Summit Fair, probably over 35, 50.
Oh, they have more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot.
Yeah.
And there's one not acceptable.
Yeah, right. Because Crown
Yeah.
Center was pretty much the same when I got there. There was no one, and then after they did allow more men and women of color to come in and do business, but they were sort of a different beast. Lee Summit is completely different. It's one of those locations that initially you think, oh my God, you're going to do great, but honestly, you got to kind of figure who your customer. I had to figure out who my customer was all over again, because it's the suburbs.
Yes.
They have different priorities.
Yes.
And of course the clothes that I love to wear, that's too dressy for so many of them out in the suburbs. Whereas in the Crown Center area, you've got a lot of people going to the theater or people going to the arts, and so they need different looks and not so. So we had to kind of change, and that's one thing that I learned
To fit your market.
Yeah. One thing I know how to do is survive, for sure. And
That's
so
so
now we're
good.
headed to the thriving piece. So
I
I'm
love
thankful.
it.
I'm thankful for
I'm
that.
so excited for you.
Thank you.
Thank you for
having
standing.
me.
Absolutely. Thank you for
Appreciate
standing.
it.
Thank you for
Yeah.
staying. We go through, but if we just keep going,
Right.
where would you be right now if you'd have quit when you felt like it?
I wouldn't probably be in Kansas City. I want to be honest.
There
You know how many times I've said I'm leaving. Janice
Yes,
knows.
yes,
I'm leaving
yes.
here. I'm leaving. And something always pulls me back in.
The hook won't let you go.
Yeah, but that song speaks to purpose.
Yes.
Her purpose
Yes. Destiny.
It is, yes. It's destined for. She's got a purpose and she's got a place. Well, not she. God has a plan and a purpose for her life that has to be fulfilled by only Andrea
I love it.
and through Michael's boutique. So it's regardless of the down days and the down times, keep pushing and keep
Thank you.
moving because it is your destiny.
I believe that. I started listening to I don't know who I was thinking, but pain pushes and purpose pulls.
Oh, I love that. Okay.
Pain I
Got my
said
notes.
that's mine. Pain you
Push-
can have it. Pain
Hey.
pushes and purpose pulls. And that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
All that pain
Yeah.
that you go through. She's absolutely right. I mean, I could tell you some stories
Yeah.
of being in Ground Center and even in Lee Summit, how I felt like rejected of men. They did some things that I just felt horrible. I mean, put me to my knees crying. And I thought, okay,
I'm so sorry.
either I'm going to stay down, I'm gonna get up
Mm-hmm.
and keep moving. And I decided I was going to get up and keep moving and show them, and I'm still there.
Because
They
Harriet
thought I
Tubman
wasn't
is in
going
your
to-
DNA.
Yes.
I'm gonna receive that because
Hey.
that's truly how I said 22 years ago. That's exact when I had the pastor come to pray over my store. That's exactly how I looked at it. That this was going to be a place where the saints of God could come and they can feel safe.
And those
they
who are
can
not
pray.
feel something and they don't know what it is.
Yeah. Right.
Yes, I just love it. I am just so elated the way God puts people together. I call him the master puzzle creator. He puts pieces of the puzzle together and how he connected us. And I've known you from seeing you
Right.
at church, but didn't have a direct connection.
And when I saw you at
Donetta's
the
60th
birthday party, and
Hey,
I said,
Donetta.
I said, Jessica,
You sure did.
I
And
said,
you said,
we
I
gotta-
want
we
to do
gotta
something.
get together. Yes, ma'am.
And that was October.
Mhm.
And then that following, I think it was August,
Mhm.
we began to do something. And so we're connected
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
And so I say delay is not denial.
Amen.
And I am going to tell you my challenge that I started December of 2018, and that is to call someone, to touch someone, not by text, not by email, but by that phone. When you said you call your customers, this came to me, and I said I better make sure I share my challenge because I haven't shared it in a while. But my challenge is somebody gets a call from me every week, and they're my person, and they are just blown away. And I leave a voicemail if I get a voicemail, but I don't do a text and I don't do an email. I think it's important for them to hear your voice. We've lost the personal touch.
Absolutely, I agree.
And, don't be upset if you haven't heard from me yet. I like to reach out to people that maybe I haven't talked to in 2 or 3 years, and I want to say, you're my person, you're on my mind. I don't know what you may be going through, but I want you to know I'm thinking of you, I care, and I'm praying for you. Every single time it has brought women to tears. I'm
Yes.
having a bad day.
It was right on time.
I forgot I did it for you.
She did last year, and actually the year in 2019, and every time it was exactly at the very moment that I needed to hear
Wow.
someone outside of my familiar
Daily.
circle and daily
Right.
circle to know. And it was just a reminder to me that God still had me on his mind, and he put me
Amen.
on somebody else's mind to keep encouraging me and to push me on. So please keep doing what you're doing.
Absolutely.
and
That's
it's-
wonderful.
I want
wanna
y'all to
encourage
do
you.
it.
Yeah.
know that you
Yeah,
did
I'm-
that.
yeah.
That is
Yeah.
awesome.
I want you all to do it. I think it's important that we spread the love, not just in Valentine's month or February or, Christmas time. There's a song, Give Love on Christmas Day. Give love every day. We have to give love every day because there are people hurting and going through things, and they need us. They need us, and when we speak a word of encouragement, it can
Yeah.
change their life.
Yeah.
It could stop someone from committing suicide. It could
Yes.
stop a mother from taking a
Yes.
bottle of pills. We deal with so much in life.
Yeah.
And when people tell me I haven't gone abroad yet and done a mission trip, and it's coming, I'll be able to physically take the pads and feminine products over there. It's coming. I already know it's coming. I was born for this. And I don't even have to go there to feel so much. What I even feel just being in America, you know, the hurt and the compassion that I have for the women having to take care of their cycles and the way that they have to handle it and what they have to do and they have to go without. Just before we came here today, I got a message from Africa saying, please send us pads too.
I'm telling you, it's a circle.
It
We
is.
just keep
You
telling
know,
and it's going to enlarge. That's awesome.
I can't tell you how important it is for us to show love to each other. That's it. That's just it.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Miss Janice Butler,
Yes.
woman of character. That's character.
Well, and, you know, I have to say this. You know, we all were on this, you know, pain to push purpose, and you know, last night, I'm gonna do a live tomorrow, about pain. Your pain, your pain gets you to your purpose, and so don't discard. And it was funny because during service today, my pastor made a statement, and he said, don't discard the pain. Because when you start walking in your purpose, and now this is me, when you start walking in your purpose, it's that pain that has pushed you there. Like you said, it pushed you there.
Absolutely.
I mean, with woman of character,
It pushes you there.
the pain that I went through, the things that I've gone through, and it's evolving because it was not just about domestic violence, the pain that I experienced with domestic violence, but when I really look back over my life and then, you know, having breast cancer twice and you know, raising 2 children by yourself and just almost died at the age of 21, you know, from hemorrhaging and 6 blood transfusions in less than 24 hours. Survival.
Wow.
You know, I am a survivor, not just living life, but because of all that pain, there is a purpose. And I just want to motivate and encourage other women to become the women of character that God has called them to be.
Wow.
And has created them to be. It's not just a call. He created us that, and we have to see that in ourselves. And women of character, that is why we're here, is to help motivate women that even through your pain, there's still purpose.
Yes.
There's still something for you to do. There's still a place for you to get to that only you can get to. Only Andrew can get there. Only Jessica can get there. Only Janice can get there. Put your name in there. Only you can do what God has called you to do. And it's up to us to do that. But again, we have to be able to push and not hold on to the pain, but realize that there is a purpose behind everything that we've been through.
Everything. I did a podcast that aired last week, and I listened to it. It's very hard for me to listen to myself. And one thing that stuck with me, as if it wasn't even me talking, was I didn't and could not understand why I was going through or had went through what I went through. When you are in the thick of it and when it's happening to you, you have no idea why this is happening. You can understand why those men did that to you, but it was for purpose. It was because it was grooming you and pruning you and getting you ready for 9 years in Lee Summit and for the next step and for the next chapter, for the next, and for Nigeria. All of the things that you've done since then. Everything, and I say this and I mean it like with every fiber of my being, everything that you've been through is for purpose.
It's for purpose.
Everything has purpose. And so we have a choice, ladies and gentlemen. We have a choice to use it for good or to use it for self-pity and allow depression to sit in and all of those things that are negative, that doesn't edify anybody else, because every trial and tribulation that we have, it is for somebody else.
Yes.
It's for us to get through it and be a testimony and a testament that this is going to happen for you. It happened for me. You know, I got through it. School was very hard, very difficult. I can't imagine going to college as a single parent or as a parent. It was no joke, and I was just by myself. But for those of you that are doing it, you can do it. You can do it. We got a couple of comments. Chris Jackson says, great show. I will be stopping by her store. We live in Lee Summit, Missouri. Thank you so much, Chris. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you for giving a comment. We appreciate you. Andrea will be looking for you in the store. So thank you for making that wonderful and encouraging comment. Somebody's listening,
Yes.
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 even if it's just one.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I want to say something to what you said.
Mhm.
You're absolutely. I mean, I can't agree with you more. Everything we go through, and that it is for someone else. And the scripture popped in my head was when the word says, "We overcome by the words of our testimony."
Yes.
You know, so it's in that testimony
Mhm.
that we get joy. We're not feeling like we're the only ones.
Only one.
Because that's the trick of the enemy.
That's the trick. And the way that I learned that I wasn't the only one
Right.
is by sharing my story.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And once you get set free, you're able to share your story. But if you're in bondage and in captivity, there's no way you can help free other people when you yourself is in captivity. And so once I got set free, I was able to share my story. And every single time, and I know you get it too, and I know you get it too, it happened to me.
Yes. Yeah.
I went through this. I went through that. I didn't tell anybody because I was ashamed. I didn't think anybody would listen. You've empowered me. I'm ready to tell my family that my uncle did that to me when I was 7.
Something.
Something. Yes, it's time to be set free, ladies and gentlemen. So
Yes.
if you're harboring anything, thank you, Chris. Yes, indeed. Thank you for continuing to listen. So yes, when you are going through, it is all for purpose. We are at the PPP table.
Yes.
Purpose, passion, and power. I have this saying that your purpose has a direct connection to your passion. What are you passionate about? People say, I don't know my purpose. I don't know my purpose. What do you love? What gets your stomach to drop when you see it? What makes you just on the inside go, woo, I like that. I want that. I do that. I want to do that.
What
That-
would you do for free?
There you go.
I love that.
I love it.
Because that is a true test.
That's a
That
true-
tells you where your
yes.
heart is at when you do
Yes,
that.
yes, yes,
You're
yes,
doing it for
yes.
free? Absolutely.
I do it for free.
Yes.
Yes.
Something
And
you
so
do
what
for
a
free.
blessing.
Yeah.
What a blessing. And so yes, that is your purpose. This is a direct connection to your passion. And when you mix the two together, you have power.
Yes. Yes.
That's why I call you powerhouses. Because you've taken your purpose, you've taken it and mixed it with your passion, and you've created power. You've created income for women who work in your store. That's no small thing.
That's right.
That's
true.
history. That's not Black history. That's Black history and American history. Now she's reached out and connected with our ancestors, genealogy or DNA or lineage, something that was stripped from us, and you're doing business with him. That is amazing.
Yes.
Exciting. Isn't it exciting?
Yes.
I'm excited. I just can't tell you how excited I am about
It is so amazing, and I'm so, so, so excited. And I'd be, remiss to say that we are supporting girls in Kenya for a year with feminine products. I'm just excited about that.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
would be too.
Yes.
I think that's
I'm just
amazing.
excited, and this is our third time supporting, and I'm just so excited that we're able to do that. But there's so much more that we need to do. There's so many women right here in America that need us, that need our help. They need your encouragement. What would you say to a woman that's in a domestic violent relationship right now?
Don't fear. You can get out safely and live a healthy life. I'm actually helping a young lady as we speak get out, and she's gotten out, and there's some things that are happening, but the thing is, you can make it. You can. It's going to be okay. If God did it for me, He will do it definitely for you. He's no respecter of persons, because that is not the life that He wants you to live. That's not the life that He is destined for you or for any woman. And we just sometimes need that encouragement.
Yes, we do.
need those tools to be able to make good decisions, to make healthy decisions about the relationships that we form and that we get into. Being able to set boundaries, being able to know that you're worthy. And that you are the prize. You are the prize.
The gift.
The gift. And if no one can respect that gift, it's time to move on. And I tell women all the time, erase the tapes that and the words that was spoken over you, maybe as a child, or the things and the experiences that you have seen it and experienced as a child or even as a youth, and create a new playlist. Erase the tapes, just like the old cassette tapes. You know, when we got through with that, we used to scratch it and make a new one. But you have that ability to do that because you are worth so much more, and you do have a purpose. You do have a place specifically for you.
I love it. I love it. Miss Janice is a survivor of domestic violence, and she has 2 books that she's authored. One is Torn Between Religion and Relationship, and the other one is she has
I'm a co-author with Richenda Pickens in Picking Up the Pieces.
Yes.
And we can do that. We can pick up the pieces. Pick up the pieces. It's not too late. I tell women all the time, if you are here in this very moment, regardless of your age, regardless of your experiences, you're here for a reason. And your reason is life. That is God's will for us, is to live life and to have life.
More abundantly.
And have it more abundantly. And when we realize that and we can believe that and know that, our mindset will change.
Oh, that's good.
Our mindset will change. It shifts.
Time for a shift.
But you just need the right people to encourage you that you're shifting in the right way. You're shifting in the right direction. And again, it's all about finding that purpose, that passion.
That purpose and passion and encouragement and inspiration. Some don't have what we had.
Yeah.
I know that you had your mother. I know you had your mother. I had my mother. What about the woman who didn't have a mom? What about the woman who had a mom who was abusive because she was abused? It's a legacy of abuse. We were truly blessed to have our mothers to instill the gift of sewing and being an entrepreneur and loving and just being an encourager to others. And my mother just being every woman, literally. Just a gift. How dare us not be a mother to someone else?
Yeah.
How dare us not? Wow. I love it. I love it. I love it. And so there's some things coming up with you, Miss Janice.
Yes.
March the 28th.
28.
That is a big day for both of us, I believe.
Yeah.
What are y'all doing? Y'all didn't tell me. What are y'all doing?
Well, I am going to be speaking at the Men to Men Speak Out Against Domestic Violence event hosted by Charles Williams at the Bruce R. Watkins. This will be his 2nd year.
Yes.
And I'll be a host as well as a speaker. And I look forward to that because he is getting men involved. This is not just a conversation for women, but men need to understand their role in abuse.
Yes.
And let me say this: men are not always the abusers.
Yes.
Women can be the abuser as well.
Right.
Yeah.
But so we need to both have that conversation. So it's going to be a really good conversation.
Well, I'm excited for you,
Yeah.
and I will see you that day
Yes.
after I attend another event
Right.
that I will be receiving an award for.
This is
So
a busy
I'm
lady.
I see.
I'm just pretty excited
Wonderful.
and humbled and just amazed at, when you just do what God tells you to do, He will open doors that no one can
Yeah.
shut.
Yeah.
He will grant favor on what He told you to do. And it's just amazing that He will put you on people's mind. And that's why I'm so intentional about when somebody is needing an uplifting word, that I try to give a phone call. I try to do this once a week thing, and I try to reach women that I don't normally talk to all the time. And sometimes you're just gonna be on my heart, and I'm gonna call you, and I might talk to you more often than not. But it's just amazing what a word can do, and it just goes right back to inspire. We see all these words now, hashtags for inspire, empower, uplift, lift up. All of those hashtags are for a reason. People are getting it. They're getting that we need each other to get through this thing called life.
Yeah.
I do believe in Jesus Christ and prayer, but sometimes you need a earthly
Yes.
father or earthly mother or earthly sister or brother to talk to as well, and just to uplift you and to encourage you. And so that's my message for today.
Yeah.
My message for today is just to keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going. In spite of all that you went through, 22, you do not last 22 years in
Right.
business and not be successful.
Yeah.
If you pass 5, would they say you made it?
Yeah, they do say that. Well,
Yeah.
especially in this climate that we live in.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and so you made it. I know that you travel over the country, across the country to get your garments, and I mean, you put your heart and soul
Yeah.
in what you're doing.
She does.
My
Yeah.
blood, sweat, and tears.
Yes.
Yes, she
Blood,
does.
sweat, and tears,
And she
I mean,
enjoys it.
enjoys
I
it,
do, I
and
do.
missed a dinner party with me
I
because she.
know.
No, we
I
were
thought
not
that was
mad.
coming up. I thought that might come
I didn't even think of it till just now when you said blood, sweat, and tears. We were celebrating a friend's birthday, and
Augusta.
yes,
Yes.
hi Gussie, and
Augusta.
it was a wonderful time.
Y'all look like y'all had a ball.
Yes, we
I was
did.
looking.
We
I
did.
was just like drooling all over the pictures. Like I should
We
have
had
been
a
there.
wonderful time, and Andy Reid sat right across from our table.
Oh, wow.
We didn't bother, and Gussie wanted to take a picture so bad, but now they won the Super Bowl. She should have got that
She
picture,
shoulda
but
got
Right.
anyway, we had such a great time, and we had our seat for you, and I knew in my spirit, I understand more than anything. I had to miss a homegoing yesterday because I was just physically exhausted.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Physically exhausted, had a migraine. My husband came upstairs and he looked at me. He was like, "What?" I said, "I can't do it." He said, "I'm been waiting for you downstairs." I said, "I text you. I'm in the bed." I couldn't make it, but we just have to keep pushing. We have to keep pushing, and so I appreciate your grind. I appreciate your commitment and dedication to inspiring us through the way we look and feel with the clothes that we wear. And Miss Janice, I love and appreciate you as well. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for inspiring and being a pillar in this community and beyond. We're just about out of time, and I just want to thank everybody for tuning in to Kansas City's global community radio station, Purpose, Passion, and Power with Jessica Lynn. We'll be back on the first Sunday in March, and again on the third Sunday in March. Listen, I'd love to hear from you. If you've got something going on in the community, please do reach out and let me know. Oh my goodness, healthy conversations are paramount. Awesome. Thank you. That is my husband now. It is a new season. I've never seen you make a comment, honey. Thank you. Oh my God, it is Love Month. Thank you, honey. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We will see you soon. Love you, and God bless.
Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, this is Scatter. You might remember me from way back in the Zodiac days. Be sure and check us out. We're going to be here every day from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock as old school with Scatter. Scatter's back. Check me out on the internet, KUAW.org. For all you Paseo Central Manulite people, want you to remember that in the 60s and the 70s, we had some good music. If you want to hear some of the Temptations, some of Smokey Robinson, some of the Tim Free, things that you don't get every day, DJ Scatter remembers he's going to have it for you.
Bank of Blue Valley is a proud sponsor of KUAW Radio. At Bank of Blue Valley, we believe that an understanding of financial values sets individuals up for a strong future. Whether you want to talk about checking and savings accounts, review lending alternatives, or discuss starting your own business, we have the right people to listen and advise. Visit us at bankbv.com to get started today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.